What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back, guys. Exo-6 has dropped another pre-order window opening from Star Trek The Next Generation, the character, of course, being Wesley Crusher. And I've definitely got some thoughts on this one. Unfortunately, this video may be a little bit more negative than some of my past videos here, but I think it's worthy of discussion. So guys, stick around. If you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show. Live long and prosper, of course, and let's get into it.
YouTube, the final frontier. These are the episodes of the Ben Thomas Show, my continuing mission to explore strange new Star Trek reviews, to seek out new Star Trek collectors and new badass collectibles, and to boldly go where no Trek collector has gone before.
Okay guys, so first I want to preface this video by saying I am not trying to be outwardly negative here with regards to these figures. You know that I've been covering Exo-6 and Star Trek figure releases for at least 2 years, and I celebrate the good ones, and I have to be critical of the ones that I just don't think hit the mark. Now, I know a lot of us out there are going to celebrate this pre-order window going up today because we're looking to fill out the bridge display, right? And what is a Star Trek Next Generation bridge display without a Wesley Crusher standing there or sitting there, I guess, depending on where you place them? But guys, objectively, pre-order photos are supposed to sell figures to us. I've seen commenters out there today saying that Nanjin, has said, well, we don't have the funds for professional photography. We don't have the ability to do multiple photo shoots to sell these products. So you're just going to have faith in us that these are going to get better by the time the final release comes. I don't believe that. I think that's crap. I haven't necessarily seen an upwards trajectory of pre-orders being worse than the final products. I just unboxed my Krug, and while you guys watched that video, and I love the Krug, I thought it was great, there are elements of the facial structure of that figure that in final definitely took a downgrade from the proto. The prototype had a much more slender profile in his face, the paint applications were better, those photos looked better. The final product, his face got fatter, they changed proportionally, it just wasn't what I ordered. Is it still good? I still love it, sure. But when I'm filling out a bridge display, right, I've now got Geordi LaForge, I've got Data, I've got Beverly Crusher on order, I've got Picard on the way. Wesley Crusher is a pinnacle part of the Star Trek Next Generation cast. He's literally Beverly's son. He also plays a huge part in the bridge display and engineering displays, depending on who you want to pair him with. This is not Wesley Crusher. This is a $100 version of Wesley Crusher. This doesn't fit the rest of the Next Generation bridge display, in my opinion, so far. Geordi LaForge was fantastic. Data even had significant improvements over the First Contact Data. What are we comparing this to? The hairline is wrong. Straight up, it's wrong. The hair styling, not good. The facial features here doesn't look like Wesley to me. Maybe at some angles here I see it just slightly, for sure. It's passable. I think with the right hairstyle, passable. The build to the body is also too broad. He's way too broad in the shoulder. Often very positive, at least when the likeness isn't good on Exo-6, that the tailoring and the outfits are good. But when I'm looking at these prototype photos, I don't even think that the outfit is good on this one. Wesley's outfit notoriously was like a little too tight. It was like a little aggressively tight, in my opinion. And while there are some episodes where the outfit gets a little bit more baggy, I'd love to see the reference photos for those, for where they designed this figure from, because I think the outfit tailoring is incorrect. I don't think it's tight enough. I don't think the coloration of the gray or the gray on the top is correct. I think that the pattern of the material is pretty close, especially around the collar, but even still, definitely not 100%. Now this is coming in at $215 plus a $25 shipping fee from Exo-6 directly. If you get them from wherever else, like I get typically mine from Sideshow because I live in Canada, so it takes a little bit longer to get it. The pre-order end date for this is January 21st of this 2025 coming year. So we don't have a lot of time to actually make the decision to pull the trigger on this. And again, a lot of us are eagerly waiting other characters like Worf. What is Worf going to look like in his bridge outfit? What is Riker going to look like? Right? I keep being pretty critical of the hair sculpting for Exo-6. What is facial hair going to look like on Riker? Do I look more like Riker than Riker's going to look like in figure format? I'm a little bit concerned about that. I told you guys straight up that my plan was to buy all of the Star Trek Next Generation line. This is not going to come to my collection. It's not good enough. And even if there's an improvement at the final, say you folks out there who said that that's always the case, that there's an increase or an improvement to the final, I'd love to see more proof of that, because I haven't really seen that, to be fully honest, at least not with the characters that I've had in my display. And while I do think sometimes these figures do look better in hand, because of course the magic of Star Trek wins sometimes, and while I'm critical of this, this is still by far the best Wesley Crusher that exists in 1/6 scale. But that's like saying it's the best looking turd in the pile. Because a lot of us were critical of Beverly Crusher, but I think the Beverly Crusher looks way better than Wesley. Her actual son. I wouldn't want to pair this guy with that figure. So while I was originally going to get everything from the Next Generation, this one's not coming home. And it's making me try to decide whether I want to even keep Beverly. Now, when I'm thinking of a bridge display, I think I can fit Beverly in without Wesley and still feel like I've got a pretty filled out Next Generation display. But I just don't see it here. And for $215, what are we paying for here? It's not dialed in likeness. It's not dialed in tailoring on this one. It's not new accessories, because the compad is a reuse from Geordie LaForge. The tricorders are reuse. It's got some standard hands and that's it. They show us a picture of the boots in the back of the pants for some reason. What are we paying for here? This to me shouldn't be anything more than about $1.25. Is that outrageous to say? I don't think so. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it is not my intention to crap on Exo-6. It's not. In fact, I feel like I've been the biggest cheerleader, even when there have been characters that other folks, other collectors out there have been like, Ben, you're crazy. Why do you even still support these people? I've been the one saying, no, give them a chance. They're still in their infancy. They're still working on it. They're still improving things. But I'm not seeing necessarily consistent improvements. This looks like they just rushed this out the door. And for what? For what? We still need Deanna Troi. We still need Worf. We still need Riker. Why Wesley Crusher of all things at this point? And why not in a rainbow outfit? Like, if you wanted to make this look more like Wesley Crusher, put him in the rainbow outfit. Because that is so iconically Wesley Crusher that it's like kind of ridiculous. It would actually be harder to not see the likeness there in that particular uniform. Maybe it was harder to make. Maybe it would have been more expensive. I don't know. Whatever the crap reason that we're going to get from the developer will be, I don't know why we as Star Trek collectors are willing to just accept at face value what we're told from this company. Sure, give us, I guess, not great photos of these figures with the promise of a better final. But they still want your money now. Because if you don't pay now, you're going to miss your opportunity. What do? They've got us by the shotgun. Like, what do we do? For me, I'm voting with my wallet. And some of you out there may say, Ben, you're backtracking and, you know, this is a bow out excuse and all the things. I don't even care. I don't care. I would rather not support something that I don't think is good and ask for improvement. Now, once again, a little bit of a negative take for me today, but I'd be happy as a clam to be wrong this time. I'd be happy for Wesley Crusher to come out and have it dialed in. Maybe the hairstyle's better, maybe the tailoring of the outfit is improved and tighter, and maybe it's better color graded to what you see on the screen, and maybe all of those things, and maybe there'll be a vast improvement. And if there is, I promise you guys watching today that I will make an I was wrong about Wesley Crusher 2.0 video on this channel, and I will eat my words. But if this comes out looking like this, then this is no better than a lot of the stuff we saw from that Voyager line, and I love Voyager. It was a staple in my childhood, and yet I didn't buy any of them because they just weren't good enough. Next Generation, I've wanted all of these to be amazing. So far, I haven't been that disappointed. Today, I feel kind of disappointed. So guys, that's my take on Wesley Crusher today. I apologize for the negative outlook on it. I hope I'm not yucking on anybody's yum. I know, again, some of you out there are going to be very excited to get Wesley in your display, and for justifiable purposes. He was still a great character in the show. You know, shut up, Wesley. It's such an iconic line, but there was lots about Wesley's character that I did like, and I kind of like seeing the evolution of where the character ended up going, for better or for worse. I do think that he is a staple in the Next Generation cast, but this is a skip for me. What about you guys? I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. Are you picking this up? Is this one that you're willing to pass on? Has this changed the direction of what you're envisioning your display to look like? If we're going to get Wesley, which it looks like we are, I would also love to see an engineering table at some point if they're going in on the, of course, furniture line from Next Generation. We need the con, we need the navigational array. We need a couple of those things, key pieces to put our displays together still. Will I change my mind about getting Wesley in the future if we get all that other furniture? Like, maybe, but again, I really need to see that improvement that people are forecasting. I hope I'm wrong, but so far, for better or for worse, to me, it doesn't seem like there's much of an improvement. What you see at prototype, if it's good, that's typically what we get, and if it's kind of rough, it's also typically what we seem to get. Tell me what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, live long and prosper. Today is New Year's Eve. I hope everybody has a safe and happy New Year's Eve tonight. Be safe with your families. Enjoy the beginning of 2025. There'll be lots more Star Trek content to come from me, as well as other videos as well here on The Ben Thomas Show. I love your faces. Thanks for joining once again. Live long and prosper. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy New Year. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Because subscribing makes you feel good.
Where should I go? What should I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.